Hello there, the day is here. It's Father's Day. Hello, fathers. Hello, father figures. Hello, people. How have you celebrated your father today or a father figure in your life? We of the standpoint, I feel so proud because with this year we have really celebrated fathers, and it's been amazing. Today I have two of my favorite people in this world when it comes to the medical profession. And let me be frank, and I say it as it is. They played a role in my becoming a mother, a biological mother. And today we want to talk to them. I call them God's baby helpers. The people God used to help couples who are struggling to have children to have children. Do you get it? Well, we are going to find out why they decided to choose this path. The emotions they go through when it doesn't work. And the emotions they go through when it works. They are fathers of many babies. They brought happiness and joy to many homes. So today, we are going to celebrate them. Well, let me say thank you to GTP for my cloth. This is Adepa. These days, I'm loving the Adepa so much. Adepa comes in, 12 yards. Mostly the men buy it, but we ladies can wear it as well. You can buy it and share it for the whole family, Well, thank you to Bri Reda for making this beautiful outfit for me. I just love it. My hair is by Inshallah GH. Makeup product by Not Cosmetics and beautifully applied by @Iam_J Claude. J Claude is on Instagram, and you follow him and book him, and he'll come and sort you out. I'm so grateful to them. My shoe is by Lupita Caroline Collections. She's on Facebook at Lupita Collections and on Instagram as Lupita Caroline Collections. Thank you so much to all of them for making me look this glam this evening. We take a break. When we come back, we meet these amazing human beings. We'll be back. Welcome to the Standpoint. Well, today I said I have two of my favorite, people in the world, two that played a major role in us having HRH. Those of you on Facebook who have formed a cult against me supporting HRH. I blame the two of them for giving me a little HRH terrorizing my life, but they help in bringing so much joy to homes and making couples very, very happy. And we've decided to celebrate them today and represent many of such fertility doctors and practitioners across the country who are doing their best. We salute all of you. We salute all of you because the journey from May till last week, we've told stories of people trying to become parents and the challenges they go through. Last week, you heard Frankie. He's a crazy one, isn't he? Well, welcome to the Standpoint. Let me say thank you to our sponsor, GTP. Still timeless. GTP is on a campaign to make sure that we wear quality, genuine, and authentic GTP fabrics. So they are on Oga campaign. It has to be original, it has to be genuine, it has to be authentic. Just make sure you buy from any wooden shop or any of the accredited GTP dealers across the country, nationwide, or go to their Facebook or website, www.buygtp.com, and order from online and get your Oga GTP, original, genuine, and authentic. We say thank you to Esteran Balloons and Accessories, Everything Balloons and Accessories. They are there to support you. Thank you to Afrax Classicals. They deal in, handbags and shoes and sunglasses and what have you, and then Closet on Facebook and then Instagram. They also deal in the abaya, the kaftans, the dresses, the turbans. Go there. You see something that you like and you buy for yourself. Well, thank you to the sponsors who have come on to support our Father's Month program. And I start with Pan-African Leadership Institute. It's an executive education institute providing professional leadership courses. Now, in June, they have a course which is on corporate leadership course. It runs for 4 Saturdays. It's a cross-cultural leadership, corporate communication, and self-confidence skills for leaders. And then we have August enrollment, which is entrepreneurial leadership, also 4 Saturdays, and raising finance for your business, growing your business locally and internationally, and executive coaching for entrepreneurs. And we'd like to say thank you to them as well. You can enroll today at www.Pan-African Leadership Institute or call the number on the screen. We also say thank you to Wilma Africa. And it says Wilma Africa Limited, producers of naturally cholesterol-free Frytol vegetable oil, Frytol sunflower oil, Frytol seasoning, Fortune rice, Fortune margarine, Jama laundry soap, and Alive toilet soap. Appreciate all fathers for their guidance, their leadership, and their support. We are so grateful to them, and we are grateful to GTP as well, and Note Cosmetics. Now, to my panelist. At my extreme left, I have Mr. George Selom. Hey, I didn't know there's George. Yeah. I didn't know you were George. You also didn't know.
Then remove the George, please. Selom Kweku.
Just Selom Kweku. He's a clinical embryologist. I got it this time.
Yes.
Hallelujah. Welcome to the Standpoint.
Thank you.
This is your first time on
Yes,
it. It's
is.
good to have you on it. And then we have Dr. Padiaite, who is a fertility specialist. Your place, what do you call that?
Elimas Health.
Elimas Health. Yes, it's around the airport. You know, as for Salom, we'll talk about where he is. He's at many places. Thank you for making it, and happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
How many children do you have?
I have 3 lovely sons.
No. How many children do you have?
You mean the ones I have assisted to come into life?
Thank you.
Hey. Well, a few days ago, a woman brought her daughter to the clinic. She said she's 23 and told me that you delivered her. And she was, in extremis, and we were able to save her life, and she had her baby. And she was bringing her daughter to come and greet me. I then realized how old I was. So I can't tell you how many babies I've been involved in. It's honestly been quite a number.
Salam, what about you?
Honestly, like you said, I can't also, put a number to it. But it's been quite a number of them. Mm-hmm. The journey started somewhere in 2000. So it's been about 21 years. 21 so just imagine. Yes.
But you sometimes meet some of the children. Do some of the parents come to you? And
yes, we do. Some do come with their children to show appreciation. Others do invite us to the house when they have, programs and all that. Just to have their children, know some of the professionals who played important roles in their lives.
Aha, you didn't come to the Dumasawa. Dr. Ite came.
No, I had traveled.
That's true.
Yes,
okay.
And so my wife came.
Yes.
Yes.
I remember now. Good to have it. Now, let's go into this. So, who is an embryologist?
Embryologist is a medical professional who assists in fertilizing, eggs and sperm, making sure there is a creation of a viable embryo for pregnancy to happen. Usually they are told to be the first babysitters. Okay, so because we take care of the baby from the egg and the sperm stage till the baby is delivered. Yes.
And why did you choose this path?
Actually, I had, when the first IVS baby was delivered in somewhere 1995, 96, I had just come back from school. Okay. And it was, big news in the, as at the time. Right. So then I read about it, and I had heard this technology, but I was amazed, to have this thing done here in Ghana. So I decided to visit Provita. I mean, I fortunately happened to have a friend a Cuban doctor who works at that time with Provita. So I visited him, and he introduced me to Dr. Joe Menu of blessed memory. And I think, it clicked. So he, encouraged me, and then based on the encouragement, I joined Provita in 2000, and it's been, an amazing journey since.
I'll come back to you to talk about the emotions you go through and all that. But Dr. Ite, what about you? Why did you choose? First you are an obstetrician gynecologist, right?
Yes.
Before you became a fertility specialist.
Yes.
Okay. So why did you choose that path?
The obstetrician gynecology was, so med school, you're allowed to do different rotations, and I did. It's one of the rotations that you do. And I was telling my son today that when you finish your rotations, then you can tell me which of them you like the most, and we can plan your specialization.
Your son is also
my son is in medical school.
Medical school, okay.
So praying that you follow my footsteps. Pray. Fingers crossed. But in our family, you're allowed to do what you want.
Exactly.
As long as it makes money, and you must do an MBA in addition. Those are the two requirements. Even if you do music, you must do an MBA too.
Yes, whatever you do.
So that when you have money, you know how to manage it. It's important. The training is important. The certificate, not as much. But the training. But so when I did ONG, I enjoyed it the most because it allowed you to practice medicine because you look after medical conditions, hypertension, diabetes, stuff of that sort. It allowed you to practice surgery because you do cesarean sections, you remove fibroids and things of that sort. So I enjoyed. It's kind of the few areas of medicine where you can do both aspects.
Right.
But then after we did that, I was working in Kolebu for a couple of years, did my postgraduate. But one of the areas that we always felt we couldn't do enough in was infertility because we seemed to be restricted in what we could do.
Right.
When I was in training, it was just one center, then 2 centers. We didn't have that many centers that you could do this, so we didn't have options.
Right.
And so it's one area that I found an interest in and felt that if you knew a bit more about, first of all, reproductive endocrinology, which is the study of the various hormonal problems that prevent you from ovulating and stuff.
Right.
Because a lot of times the woman is not ovulating, she's not getting pregnant because she's not ovulating. If you solve that problem, she'll get pregnant without all the big things that we need to do.
Right.
Then after that, there are other problems that I can solve with IVF and that kind of. So that's what directed me into that field bit by bit by bit. And then once I started doing more of those things, and now it has become part of my daily work.
That's been your specialty.
I threatened that I'll stop looking after babies. My mother says it's not possible.
Hallelujah.
She has banned me, so.
She's my mother too.
Yes.
Yeah, we do have conversations every now and then.
So I've been
she doesn't
banned.
play with her granddaughter.
I'll deliver.
I've been told not to spank her. Wow, do you? This question should I ask? Do you have any regrets?
In what?
In the path you've taken?
No, not at all. Me, regret. No. There's so much joy in the fact. I delivered somebody 2 days ago. It's been a very long journey.
Yeah.
We've tried different things to get her pregnant unsuccessfully, and then eventually we're like, we need to do this method and it would work. It would give us our best chance.
Yeah.
And when we did that method, indeed, we did get pregnant. There were challenges along the way. We were able to keep the pregnancy and delivered her at term, and she's got her lovely children, of which she's very happy. And the joy that comes with it. This morning I delivered a baby, and mother happy, father happy. It was a good experience for both of them. Mother saw her baby immediately. The baby came out, and father was carrying the baby all over the theater. It's fulfilling.
Yeah.
It's fulfilling. You've given some people something they dearly want, and you get to share in their joy.
Yeah.
And that beats anything. It beats anything.
What about you?
Yes, like you said, the joy in helping put the smile on the faces of, people who have dreamt of becoming parents over the years. There's nothing more fulfilling than that. So yes, sometimes there is that disbelief usually when people come, do their pregnancy test, and it's positive. And they're, really? Did you say I'm pregnant? And you see tears of joy. And sometimes you also share the same emotion, and I think nothing
I remember
beats.
Dr. Ite nearly cut off somebody's head when instead of taking the report to him, she had told me before, so I rather went to inform him.
Oh yes, so I think it puts a lot of joy, and I don't think there's anything more fulfilling than that.
Yeah. Let me take a break. When we come back, we'll go into the emotions you go through. Let me say thank you to GTP, thank you to Gogot Yogurt, Awake Purified Mineral Water, and Puma Drinks by Casapreco Company Limited, Kodam's Gift and Stationery, everything gift and stationery, just go there and you make sure that you get what you want. It's Father's Month, not just Father's Day. So please, throughout the month of June, we are celebrating fathers. So celebrate a father or a father figure in your life. Thank you to Yep Cleaning Services, who make sure our environment is clean. Everything cleaning. They clean before, after, during, whatever it takes, they will do it. They fumigate as well. Thank you to Juice Time. It's 100% fruit juices from their own farm to the processes that end up in the bottle. That gives us that 100% fruit juice. We're so grateful to them. Cake Technique, House of Food, Mrs. Soforipoko, thank you so much. We are grateful to all our supporters and sponsors. We'll be back. Welcome back to The Standpoint, and I'd like to say thank you to Standing Floral and Decor for the beautiful plants and flowers that, she's decorated our set with. This season, it's a garden look. We're giving the set a garden look, and we're so, so grateful to her. Thank you to GTP for my cloth. This is GTP Adepa. My dress is by Brie Redua. I'm so grateful. My hair by Inshilo GH. My shoe by Lupita Caroline Collection. Lupita Caroline Collection. Thank you so much. She's on Instagram. You follow her as well. Thank you so much to Note Cosmetics for my makeup products and beautifully applied by @Iam_J Claude. Now, Salom. So when you come in and you assess the egg and then the sperm, and you realize that as you use it, there are no swimmers. And the egg is not usable. What are some of the emotions you go through before you announce to the couple? Or now you have hardened up so you don't go through it?
Well, I don't think there's nothing like you being hardened up, because as much as you share in their joy, you also have to you also share in their pain, because people come in there sometimes based on recommendations and all that, and they have high hopes, only for them to be told that your gametes are not good. I mean, sometimes you have to explain the whys, and there are so many questions that are asked, and some that the tears, and you get so emotional. Okay, so it's not an easy thing.
Okay, so it's not an easy, but is it a bit easier when both of them don't have what it takes, or it's easier when one has and one doesn't have?
I would say yes. In both ways, because if both don't have what it takes, the possible question is, so can't you still do anything? Meaning that the wish to have something of theirs to be able to go through the treatment. On the other hand, you see, you feel the pain of the other party when, he or she knows that this is the problem that he faces, and the desire for him to have his or her own gametes being used, they wish something could be done to reverse the situation, but sometimes it's not possible.
It's not possible, yeah. And Dr. Ite, when you start a procedure, you don't do just IVF. You do general treatment of it where people can conceive naturally. You also do when they did the one before IVF, what's the name?
IUI.
Yeah, you do that one as well.
Yes.
You also do that one as well.
He does ovulation induction as well.
Okay. Now, can you tell from the beginning that this will work and this will not work? Or
Yes. In some cases, yes.
okay.
If your sperm count is below a certain limit, you know your chances with IUI is going to be very slim. So you tell the client that your chances are not very good with the level of your sperm count. We need to do an IVF with an ICSI, which is another procedure. The procedure by which you inject the egg, the sperm into the egg. Because we can't trust the sperm to fertilize by itself.
Okay.
And so you tell the patient that is what you need. And a lot of times the client will tell you, oh, but I still want, this one first. We haven't reached there yet. Yes. That's a bluff I don't understand. I'm telling you,
sometimes we know better than the doctor.
This is your best option to get a result. Then they tell you they haven't reached. You have assessed and told them this is what you need. They tell you they haven't reached there yet. They are too young. They are too this. They are too that. When in actual fact, that is what they need.
Right.
Then there are certain situations too where you look at the number of eggs the client has got because of age and things of that, and realize the fact that she may be young, but the number of eggs she may have may actually be very few. And I've had patients that have hit menopause at 29, 32, 36.
Menopause at 29?
Yes. The 29-year-old had a child when she was like 22. That's the only child she ever had. I've had 32, I've had 36. So if you tell her that I'm afraid, but there's a test that we do. It tells you how many eggs you have left. And we tell you your eggs are too few for your age. So we can't do the matcha and we have to go accelerate. Down to another issue. They don't quite, it takes a long time for them to be convinced. And some of them want to try, let's try this first, and let's try that first. Or they even disappear for a year or two. You've told the person that your time is short. Then they disappear for a year. Come back when the time is even shorter. And then expect miracles. But it's just human nature, and you can do your best to convince the person and to educate and to explain, but they have to overcome their own mental block and decide that you want to jump.
It's not easy for anybody to accept that, especially anybody who wants a child, to accept that it's not possible for me to have it naturally.
Oh yes, it's difficult, and there are even clients that they've tried unsuccessfully, and then we are like, okay, so we are going to do an IVF for you. But this month, when we looked at you, you've got a beautiful egg. So let's do a lesser level for you now. Because this looks good.
Right.
The lining is good. The egg looks good. Your husband is in town.
Okay.
You guys have tried by yourself. Let's do an insemination this cycle. We don't lose anything.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I did some maybe 2 years ago, so no, I won't do it. I'm like, oh, okay. Then you have to basically throw away that cycle. It can be
frustrating sometimes, right?
And then wait
until
it's
not you.
Yeah, it's not you, but it's really frustrating. And that happens quite a bit when you think this may be the best option for the client and they will decide on what. But we have to just be patient.
Yeah.
And wait until they come around to the realization that this is what would work for you.
Okay. Now, Salo, how do you feel when you know that this is perfect egg, perfect sperm? Everything is excellent. You're excited. You see it on the screen. The swimmers, everything there. And then he goes to do the examination and everything. Yeah. And then nothing happens.
Well, you feel devastated. I mean, because, you can't, you expect something positive to come out of that, knowing that all the factors are looking good, but then sometimes you as ignorant as, you ask what happened. And you should also know that, there are 1,000,001 factors that come into play for pregnancy to establish. So you can't, do much, but...
You sometimes get the patients blaming you.
Blaming you, yes. You see, when the patient is in a state of denial, they will want to find reasons why things didn't work. Okay, so then Some to the even extent of saying that, oh, you gave me this time, appointment time, to be here at 7 a.m. for my embryo transfer or whatever procedure I need to undergo. But when I got here, there was nobody to receive me, and we waited for a while before the nurses came and all that. So they want to attribute the failure to waiting. You see, so yes, it does happen.
Doug,
This,
I know the words you use. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful egg and everything. You do everything, and then
it doesn't. Oh no. We must also remember that you've given us beautiful eggs. Your husband has given us usable sperm. We've put them in the lab. He's done his magic. Even if they were not looking good from the beginning, he's added a little bit of curry, a little bit of momoni. He's done some tweaking, kako, everything, spices. And now we have a beautiful looking baby, which we all come and look at. So you put it on the screen, we look at it on the big screen, and we look, oh, nice, blastocysts, looking good, divided nicely. He calls you, the patient, you to come and look at it. We are all happy. Not that the patient knows what she's looking at.
But we see something. the patient is told.
And then we see that it looks good. We've got a screen over a poster, so you know you can compare what you are seeing to the normal.
Okay.
So you know that, oh, this looks good. But we are now going to put that thing in what we presume is fertile ground. That fertile ground, sometimes the fertilizer, the chemistry, the chemical, the way the rainfall has been that month, it doesn't balance.
Right.
So there's something we call there's a window of that if you put in, it will implant. You can put it in right at that window, nothing will happen. Then a few weeks ago, we had a patient who her window had what we thought had passed. So we put it in just after that window. All of them stayed.
All of them.
All of them. So the one that we thought would not even do well, did. And then the one that you were like, oh, this is perfect, from our impression, you look at the scan, the lining looks good, but in addition to the lining look good, the chemistry must be right. And unfortunately, some months, the chemistry is just not right. So even though you've put it in what appears to be physically ideal situation, the chemistry in that month may not be right. So unfortunately, you end up not having a cycle. The other conditions, people who tend to have excess eggs, they tend to have a lining that is not very receptive in that cycle. So we tend to actually sometimes just say, go and sleep, come back next month before you put it inside. So if you put it in at that time, they tend not to do as well. Right. So all those things, even though it looks good, they tend not to do as well. And sometimes you just can't explain it.
But does it affect you?
Emotionally, look, we live. The emotional high for us, it's not from alcohol or anything. It's the father will call you and tell you, Madam, you are pregnant.
Yes.
That is what we live for. So when they send you the result and it's negative, then it becomes, how will I tell this woman? And it starts from, maybe they tell you around 12 noon. Then by 3 p.m., you still haven't been able to call her. Just to inform her that this is the result. And when I go home that day, I'm very quiet, miserable. Because we've gone through all this work and we didn't succeed. You have to do it again. And sometimes you have to change your whole formula, your entire structure. She spent quite a bit of money. A lot of times you end up doing cases for free. For free. Because she hasn't succeeded this time and that time. So it's like, pay for just the basics and let's try and get it done for you because we are determined for the client to get pregnant. So we actually invest a lot of our own personal money inside and take the financial hit.
Let me take a break. The road to pregnancy. Last week we had Frankie and then John sharing their experiences on waiting to become fathers. And, we laughed a lot, but it was easier to laugh because after one waiting for 3.5 years, it finally happened. And another waiting for 5 years, it finally happened. So now you can look back. And I haven't made any secret about it. If you read my book, I talk about I have 3 failed IVFs. So trust me, I know that feeling, that feeling too well. And the excitement when you are finally told that you are pregnant. We take a break. When we come back, we are come to look at that. when he said, congratulations, you are pregnant, what kind of adrenaline goes through them? And how do they hold the hands of these couples through the journey? As for me, the first time I heard the Travis Green song, "You're back against the," what was it? He'll make a way from the hospital. After being told whatever it is, then the doctor called Dr. Padiaiti, sent me that song. Pray with it. Let it be your sing whilst we go through the treatment. That one, boy, I didn't know whether it will happen or it will happen. No. Whilst we go through the end, it became my anthem. Every day I played it. And even on the day that he was delivering my baby through CS, that was the song we played in the theater. So that song, it means a lot to me. Well, let me say thank you to our sponsors, GTP, still timeless, Esran Balloons and Accessories, Afrax Classicals, and Art Closet. We'll be back. Welcome back to The Standpoint. Yes, today is Father's Day, and we are celebrating God's baby helpers, those who help couples make a baby. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. We've heard about the hard moments, how they feel when they have to break the sad news. We'll hear about when they have to break the good news. And even sometimes after breaking the good news, it doesn't always go the way it should go. I mean, May, we heard about someone who, triplets, it was positive after IVF, triplets. It saw the baby, but just after weeks, somehow, all three babies vanished. That one, is it the doctors who understand, or it is only God, between us and God? Well, let me say thank you to GTP, Esran Balloons and Accessories, the Oga, promo. And I also say thank you to those who have come on to sponsor the Standpoint Fathers Month program. That's Pan-African Leadership Institute. That's PALI. Now, it's an executive education institute providing professional leadership courses. In June, that's this month of June, they are offering corporate leadership course. It's 4 Saturdays. It's cross-cultural leadership and corporate communications and self-confidence skills for leaders. In August, they are running another program for entrepreneurial leadership, 4 Saturdays. That's raising finance for your business and growing your business locally and internationally, and executive coaching for entrepreneurs. You can go online and register to be a part of it on www.panafricanleadershipinstitute.com or call the number on your screen. We also say thank you to Wilma Africa. Wilma Africa Limited, producers of naturally cholesterol-free Frytol vegetable oil, Frytol sunflower oil, Frytol seasoning, Fortune rice, Fortune margarine, Jama laundry soap, and A-Life toilet soap. Appreciate all fathers for their guidance, leadership, and support. We also say thank you to GTP, who have given us some fabrics for the fathers, and Note Cosmetics, and of course, for this particular program, Special Father's Day program, we say thank you to Casa Prekon, Awake Purified Mineral Water, and Puma Drinks for giving us drinks for the fathers as well. Congratulations, Gifty. Yeah. You are pregnant. And the excitement lasts for how long, Dr. Ide?
For us?
Yes.
Oh, you smile, you are happy, you dance around, then the question starts. So what are the do's and don'ts? What can I eat and what can't I eat? What should I do and what? And then all the, and that is straight to work. Now, we've achieved the pregnancy. We have to do our best to keep the pregnancy. And there are so many problems that can arise. So automatically becomes, we need to give you this medicine. We need to ask you to do this. We need to run these tests. We need to see you that often. So it's straight back to work.
So after that first day, congratulations. That's the joy lasts for just one day.
Yeah, after that, straight to work. No, after that, the joy has come, it goes down, then it moves to a different level of anxiety.
Yeah.
How can we keep this thing?
Especially when you know that the person has waited for so long.
Yeah, and then because we, as medical professionals, we know the problems. So you're thinking of, if she's a bit older, you are worried about genetic problems. If, would the uterus be able to carry it successfully to an advanced stage? We don't get excited till we see a heartbeat. So after you see a heartbeat, you're like, oh, phew, okay.
That heartbeat,
That
sound. Your machine was too loud there. Like the fact I had boom, 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 boom. Wow.
Yeah.
6 weeks.
Yeah, 6 weeks you hear a heartbeat. So you hear the heartbeat, that is, stage 1, you are happy. Then when you get around 12 weeks, we check for making sure that the baby looks normal.
Yeah.
And now there are tests that we can actually do using the mother's blood.
Okay.
That tells us about the baby's genetics.
Okay.
So
even while she's in the womb, the child is in the womb.
Yeah, so now very early stages.
Okay.
Even before 12 weeks, there's a blood test. It takes about 3 weeks to a month. Okay. But you get the results, and that will tell you that the baby has XY or this. They check for chromosome abnormalities. They can tell you the sex if you want. So you can actually know the sex before 13 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And if there are any problems, they will tell you that this is what the problem is with the baby. But you can do a scan around 12 weeks. That will tell us that one problem in particular is not there.
Okay.
So once you pass that stage, it's okay. Relief. That stage has passed. Yeah. Then the middle of the pregnancy, problems that you are worried about, the baby be able to stay, diabetes, hypertension, all that kind of stuff. Once you pass 28 weeks, you have more than a 70% chance of survival if the baby comes out. So you're like, oh, cool. If you like, it can come out today, we'll go.
We are there.
That's when the flexing starts. 34 weeks, lung maturity. Madam, anytime you want to born, tell us. We'll take it out. But before that stage, there's a lot of... In fact, there's some phone calls you don't want to get in the middle of the night. If that client calls you in the night, in the afternoon, anytime she doesn't have an appointment, first of all, your heart jumps. Then you pick the call and say, what's the matter? Because you're worried.
You're worried. Yeah.
You're always worried.
Yeah. So there's that emotional attachment to every single case.
Until it's done.
Yeah. Until baby comes out, yes. Because in the journey of pregnancy, a lot happens. So it's one thing getting pregnant and another thing being able to get the baby home.
So the real excitement comes when the baby drops and everything is fine.
Job done.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes.
Are you sure it's job done?
Job done.
In my case, was it job done?
I can hand you out to pediatrician. You different. But the moment the baby comes out, okay, madam, your baby is fine. Pediatrician,
take over.
I have finished. With the woman, I just want to make sure that her soul heals nicely and you're able to manage breastfeeding and all that kind of stuff. That is almost routine. But all you want is you took out a baby, it is well, it is crying, it's beautiful. That is job done.
That's job done.
Yeah.
And you get the satisfaction that you started to looking out for.
Yes. And especially when later in the years you see the baby grown and it's so, heartwarming.
On Wednesday, I picked up a Nyunyam from school and I hadn't finished work. Normally I pick her up and then we go home. But I haven't finished, so I brought her here. As soon as we entered here, the guy started running to the studio. When I entered, I realized that they had moved everything and put it up. They are put it up because Madame will come and rearrange everything, break things, and she did was doing exactly that. And when you see that, she's like, this child, I suffered before you came, But we are grateful for the roles you play. I mean, understanding that you also go through the emotions. It's not just about the money, but it's about, the satisfaction, knowing that it has happened. What is the, I don't know how to put it, the highest age of a woman who you have helped to become pregnant and delivered?
In my practice, I think the highest age is 52.
52?
Yes.
Wow.
52 years.
Doug?
I had a 51. That was a bit, but late 40s.
Late 40s.
Yes, so about
Okay.
46. So between 46 and 50.
I was 46.
Yeah.
I was 46.
Yeah, but I had a 51.
You've had a 51
but it's
before.
it's a bit, I don't know. We are not too happy about those ones, but the
Yes,
work
but
involved
yes.
is quite a bit. The ladies about 50, there's a lot to be worried
yes.
about.
Yeah.
But late 40s is a lot easier.
Easier.
Yeah.
Okay. And before I do what I'm about to do, what have you got to say? Today is Father's Day, and as much as we go about celebrating, father figures and all that, the fathers in waiting, I want the focus to be on the men today. Fathers in waiting who are just, asking us, when is it going to happen? We know we've had a few programs, and the course of this year, we'll revisit this topic again, where men find it very difficult going for the test to, know whether they have swimmers and all that, and they find it difficult to accept, and so they are just waiting, and the blame is put on, the women. But there's some men who know they have problems and they're treating it. And there are some men who know they've been told that there's no problem, everything is fine, but it's not happening. Like last week, Frankie's case, 3.5 years, they did all the tests, everything is fine, but it wasn't happening. What have you got to say to such a father watching us today or listening to us today?
Well, I would encourage every father who finds...
father in waiting, let's say father in waiting.
Father in waiting who
yeah.
finds himself in such situation that, their situations or their problem is not, anything difficult to worry that much about. They need to cut down the anxiety, okay? And with technology, I think I'm tempted to say that there is a solution to almost every problem with regards to, wanting to have a baby. So they are encouraged to visit the hospitals and have themselves checked and then cut down on the stress level and anxiety. And I think everything will work out.
That's what I say.
We do know that half of the people who can't have children is because of the man. Yes. And half is because of the woman. But a full half is because of the man. So there are a lot of men out there who actually the problem
have issues.
The problem is because of the man. And the thing about sperm is that it takes so long to treat that I would encourage all men to have a test done. See a doctor, have them look at your sperm, and have an idea as to if there's a problem or there's no problem. Because if there's a problem, we need 6 months to a year
to treat it,
to make an impact. And because it takes 75 days for a new sperm to come, so whatever we give you, we'll see the effect 80 days time.
Wow.
That's almost 3 months.
3 months.
Before you give another set, another 80, so it takes quite a while. So if we have the test done, the earlier we have the test done, the earlier we identify problems, the earlier we can start you on treatment, the earlier we will see the results in 6 months or 9 months later, and the earlier you can have your child this year or next year. So any delay only makes things worse.
Right.
And the fact that you are ejaculating whitish fluid does not necessarily mean that the sperm is healthy. The quantities are enough. The sperm actually moves the way they are supposed to move, or they have the ability even to penetrate an egg. So getting tested, and then after that, even if they say you are okay, living right. You've got too many people who are not sleeping enough, so your body is not repairing.
Okay.
They have their phones and laptops on their lap. Radiation towards their testes, not good.
Whoa.
They are wearing very tight underwear and very tight jeans all the time, creating heat. Too many alcohol, smoking, all those things are lifestyle modifications that they could actually adjust to result in better outcomes. So I would encourage every man to, actually the man should do his test first, even before the woman does her test. Because his test is easy to get sperm.
Okay.
It's not so easy to be pricking people for blood and poking people for things of that sort.
Right.
And the earlier we know, the earlier we can start intervening. And there are options available.
Okay.
for most people. It's not a lost cause.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. And on behalf of the many couples and homes that you have helped bring joy to, like myself, would like to say Happy Father's Day and thank you. So we have this gift for you from Esther Balloons and Accessories. Please put it
Thank you very much.
on your side. Please, I haven't finished. So put it beside you. So put it on the floor.
On the floor.
On the floor.
Okay.
And then this one is too heavy. Me, I won't hold it.
Yeah, you can. I'll carry. Thank you. Thank you. Hey. Michi. Thank you.
So this is from Wilma, Africa.
Thank you.
Yes. And then this one is also from Wilma, Africa. They are soaps. The Jamal soap and then the Alive soap.
That's nice.
This is from Note Cosmetics for you.
Cosmetics?
I have, yes.
Oh, I see.
Lip gloss. And then we have this one from GTP. It's a 4-yard. This one you share with the boys. 3 yards. And that's will be
we've
got the set.
that.
Yes. From GTP for you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I also have 2 packs of water from Casaprecon Company Limited, weight purified mineral water, and 2 packs of Puma drinks from Casaprecon Company Limited, saying thank you.
No,
Yes. And then this is also for you. Salome, this one is for you.
Thank you. Thank you
Then
very
also
much.
from Esther Balloons and Accessories. This one from Wilma, Africa. Please put it down for him. And then we'll have the same thing. This one, their soap. And then, of course, Note Cosmetics for you.
Thank you.
And then we have the final, the GTP cloth.
Okay. You know, I have 3 girls. We have created a good balance.
You see,
Yes.
4 boys,
3 girls, and then
3 boys.
Yes.
Okay. And this one too from, this one I have some.
Oh, really?
This particular
Wow.
one, yeah. In fact, I think 2 weeks ago, that's what I wore for the standpoint.
Oh, my
your
girls
girls will love it.
will
And we'll give all of them to them.
I'm not sure you get some.
Don't take it. And then we also have the drinks from Awake Purified Mineral Water and Puma drinks from Casaprecon.
Thank you
for
very
you. We
much.
say thank you very much. God bless you. May He continue to give you the wisdom and the knowledge, the know-how. May technology advance so much that we'll never have any negative case ever.
Amen.
Ever. Okay, finally,
Wonderful.
how long has a couple waited before having a child? I mean, the cases you've treated.
Long?
Yeah, like a couple, you know, that has waited for maybe 13 years and then finally,
I've seen 27 years.
Longer.
27 years and then finally it happens. Wow.
Yeah. So it's long. People have waited. People have really waited.
But in the end, God spoke.
Yeah.
And I'd like to end by, you know, saying one of the things you said. The doctors do you said it on the standpoint several times. Doctors will do their part. The rest is up to God to take control. So in everything, we have to add prayer to it. So thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much for having us.
I'll be back with a bit of me. Indeed, God works in mysterious ways. You know, somebody says the day we get to understand God is the day He ceases to be God. God has His own angels everywhere, and He can use anybody at any given time. And sometimes He even uses animals and things, non-living things, to bring miracles into our lives. The road to parenthood, to fatherhood is not easy. Parents, Fathers do go through the challenges as well. So therefore, if you are a father who's yearning to be a parent, the best way is to go for checkup, to go and seek medical help, not to go and try your sexual prowess and powers of your spermatozoa on other women. God uses fertility doctors, nurses, midwives, what have you, to bring joy into homes. The Bible says children are a gift from God. It didn't really specify whether the children who were the moment, first greeting between the man and the woman, the child comes, or it takes some time, or it needs treatment, or it has to go through IVF, or it has to go through fertility treatment, or it has to be by adoption or whatever. Every child in your life is a gift from God. Every child is a blessing. So never give up. Dear Father watching me, don't give up. Seek help. There are people there who are able, who have the knowledge, who have the ability to help you. They are just helpers. They are not God. No, they can't do the magic. They are not God. They are just helpers. Let's pray. He said, watch and pray. So let's seek help whilst we pray. We salute all the great men and women doing amazing things to make sure that they bring happiness to homes, to help couples have children of their own. We salute you all and we say God bless you. Happy Father's Day to all great men out there, every single man there. And we say that may God give you strength to continue to play your role in supporting, in giving guidance and being leaders in your own way. I'm a woman with super crazy faith in God, but I believe God has given us wisdom and we must apply it. Thanks for watching. See you same time next week. Bye for now.